Hello and welcome to episode 5, part 1 of today's stream. It looks as though the Valentine's event has begun. I need to remember what to do with these. It's been a long time since I did classic Okay. Yeah, I will have to remind myself exactly of what I'm doing there. So those are both dungeon quests. I mean, we're like hugely over leveled these, so we may as well help other people because they will struggle. It's an awkward area for the lower levels to do that. In the meantime, we can go and do the ambulance investigations. We don't need to do the journey to Osbrad just yet. But what we can do is once we've completed these and Baron's Peril, we can go to Hillsbrad and then take the flight path back from there to the Sepulchre to make things a little bit more efficient. Otherwise we're just running all the way down here to run all the way back when we could run all the way down here and then a similar distance to the flight point. It makes more sense. It's more efficient. It's clearer. Everything's better. While we're going through and down to those quests, we're going to be looking for more copper and tin ore for our blacksmithing crafting. Now, that looks as though, because it's greyed out, it's underground, which means it's actually in the mine itself. And it looks like it's 2 bits in the mine and 1 outside. So let's check inside first. Now, don't know if we can mine this safely. Probably can. So, I'm using cleave here, not attacking. There we go. I only wanted to pull 2 or 3. I wasn't intending to pull absolutely everything. shame. Just 2 tin. And is this hyper spawn time? Yep. Dalaran pendants down this way. Some more ore, and mostly tin, which is nice. And there's another node of copper, which is good for us. Well, we do need tons of copper. Even if we have enough for blacksmithing, we'll need more for engineering later anyway. And we'll need to combine copper with tin to make bronze. So the more that we have, the better. If there's people who want to do this. I feel bad like going in there and doing it myself when I could help another group. 12 returns. Second guild. Um, huh? Um, fine. Okay, and so makes us 3, and they're pretty decently level for it as well. You killed away too. Not kill so much. Sorry, not aggro too much, as they're 16 and can body pull quite easily. I mean, um, mm, Let's do the event first.
I am forsaken.
So, yeah, the NPCs, elite, they've got a ton of health. So if we let them engage first, we also get to do things like charge. Nice and simple.
What now?
Quest. Rubbish shield. Most expensive item.
Watch your back.
Then. Ooh. May as well do two at once because of cleave. Got a nice pool of rage to work with now. We'll go back outside and like, double pull mobs for a bit. Item already being used. Go down side. Go into our house. Probably this side. He just needs 3 more shackles. That should be pretty quick to get. And then we'll be done. Okay, 1. Two. And we'll probably get the last one on the way out of the village, I would imagine. There we go. All done. Oh, that's nice. Yep, we've got the 2 chain quests complete. Just nice to have them finished and out of the way. We could go in there and cover ourselves slowly, one by one by one by one. Rather painful to see though. It's much more fun to help other people who genuinely need the assistance. And we're not like to the point where we're at level 60 and trivializing the content completely. Okay, that is Valdred. And where are his hands? So, next piece is something much closer to our current level. And it's too far away. I must say though, I don't think that I've ever been to this vendor before. If I had, I'm fairly certain I would remember it being here because it is really well placed. Or, well, as you say, vendoring stuff. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's good to know that it exists in case the need ever arises to sell a whole bunch of stuff in the depths of southern Silver Plain again. Now, effectively, Baron's Peril is essentially, for all intents and purposes, another mine. It's a cave. We're going into a cave. So, we do need to watch damage and health incoming. And see how things go. Yeah, so the ghouls, I think, can be rendered, but the skeletons can't. And we need to remember that that ghoul is still pathing away. Yeah, and there's at least one more node in here for mining, possibly two. Well, after all of that, it finally decides, oh, actually, I will aggro it after all. Sure. Let's stop. Okay, delete. So, there are actually two more mining nodes, which is great. Wait for the troll. All at the same time. So the Baron's Peril quest is complete, and there's another tin. That we do rather want it, because we need the skill to get to mining iron. Awesome. A decent amount of copper and tin. I just saw a node pop up. What? I just saw it. Here, look in the wall. I was like, oh, one's just spawned. It's gone. That's really weird. That's really weird. Right. Is that around on the outside? Or the inside? No, outside. Yeah. Use. At the weekend, or it gets linked off in it. People should have it really. It's a very, very weird sideways corpse. So, full spread. Some copper, some tin. That's in a mine though. And I'm assuming that's in a mine as well. If it's lots and lots of metal. And then there's more tin, there's some iron around as well. Which is good. And we'll grab this South Point Tower quest.
Speak quickly.
Just have a little check down and around here for nodes. Okay. Just checking we still, if not out of level, the creatures are at least on a level with them. Yeah. No one's tapped that before then. It's a shame. Well, I can have a look up here. I need to be careful of getting too close to Rosbrad and higher level creatures still. Yeah, then they start to go up into being 25. So I'll head back down along the road. Right. So it said that was For some reason it indicated that it was accessible and not underground. Why? Anyway, we'll go past the fields of peasants. I'm surprised just how easily that spider died. How much little damage we took. Yeah, we don't want to go too far this way because there is South Shore. There are level 55 guards who will essentially one-shot us. We've seen far too many people die to that to want to go anywhere near it. Just want to check that we're not missing any nodes as we go past. I don't particularly want to fight all of this stuff just yet. Move four more skill points. Let's go through. Now we need 2 more skill points to be able to mine iron, or not mine, smelt iron, say. Go. Oh, weird. The location's changed. Oh yeah. It's just going from one zone to another. It was loading different bits. Which reminds me, turn on those rares. Finding. You get and use the add-on. Because if people didn't do this, then the world would just be a flood of spam people going, Lammy, 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 Lammy. Let's just no, just get and use the add-on. And then everything's nice and smooth and wonderful.
What is it?
Okay.
Victory for Sylvanas. Trust no one. Beware the living.
Blood and thunder.
So we want those 2 quests. We want light point. We want to, I suppose, check.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Yeah.
Hurry back.
What do you require?
This had better be good. Goodbye. Our time will come. Trust no one. Victory for Sylvanas.
Bad Tongues and Griefbreaker. Mountain Blood. And Slug Swords.
Discipline.
It's a question of whether I want to do it now, or whether I want to go back to Silverpine first. Hmm. Yeah, I suppose this is why we're here. Yep. This is the why. We've come to get this blood of innocence, and while doing the blood of innocence, we've got these other two quests that we can do at the same time. Nice. More tin down here. Good. Now mine iron, should we find it, smelt it, whatever it is, needs to be done. Okay. Remarkably easy. Oh, yes. Talents. Damage 1%, I guess. jailers, we need to find for the keys. The main issue, of course, is if the correct jailer... Burnished gold key... Burnished gold. So, at least this jailer is sort of in the correct spot, as it were. 50% chance to take... What the heck?
Zug zug. Farewell.
Doing... Yeah.
Well met. What can I do for you? See you
More
around.
trash.
Need help? Farewell.
No. Now we need to go down the bottom. Should be. Down near the other prisoner. It's not near here. Sure. So we've got blood. It's the rogues that we need to find. Roots, satire, and black rhythm depths. There it is. Don't need to kill these things. In here. Inside. 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 Now, when we pull this guy, he's got a mind control effect, so it's imperative we kill him quickly.
What do you need?
Don't know why it stopped tracking. We need rogues though. Need 4 rogues. Where be the rogues? Where are they hiding? There's at least one in there. Just the one. Another one in the next building. Very, very. Where's the last? Hey. I'll kind of go back past the nodes. If there's anything more to mine, we'll hand in these quests and fly back to Sepulchre. Nice. One more mining node to pick up. It's 4 tin. Nice. Oak clock. Really? Not done with wool yet. Give me a chance. Still get soap bandages until 150. potions. All rest stuff. That's the sort of longevity order of quest items, I guess. Cloths.
I have exactly what you need. Embrace the shadow.
Speak quickly. Time will come.
Hello. Trust no one. Victory for Sylvanas. I'm listening. Our time will come. Beware the living.
Hey. There we go. Back to the sepulchre.
I'm listening. Goodbye.
You can go to Undercity and train in Orgrimmar or Thunderbluff. Anyway, I'm taking a quick bio break while we're on the flight path. Okay, I'm back again. Go hand these quests in. And we need to do the talking head quest on the island for sure.
Trust no one. Remember, patience, discipline. Watch your back. What now? Don't live. Trust no one.
Dungeon. Dungeon. The
Be quick about your business.
yeah.
Victory for Sylvanas. I am forsaken. Remember, patience, discipline.
So do these two and the Talking Head quest line, and then we can head back to the Undercity with Shadowfang Keep being oh so close. This is yeah, I agree. The book quests should really be marked as higher than they are. What? Hey, apparently walking up that tiny bit of rock is much more difficult than you might otherwise anticipate. Okay, so over to the island we go. And oh, what do we do first? Do we do the head first? think if I don't get any skill points from this set of rough stone at all, we stop. And one skill point. No, okay. Well, I think at that point we stop using the rough stone after the next set of crafting. So when you don't want the head to drop because you've already found it, you get 3 of them. And when you do want the head to drop so that you can continue on from where you were previously, you find absolutely nothing. Alright. Doesn't normally take this long to appear. Come on. The head quest. Oh, where is it? Head quest. Is this not? Prayer's not on. Prayer's not on. Oh, fine. Yes, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be, actually. Um, I was expecting something that would feel slower and, I don't know, like a good deal more horrible and rubbish as people have often described. Like people say, that warrior feels bad and is slow and all the rest of it. But I mean, I don't know whether it's just the low level experience, but it hasn't felt that bad. I mean, at the moment I'm killing grey mobs waiting for a quest drop that I previously had, but was too low level to use and I needed the bag space. So I got rid of it because I'd seen it drop about 3 or 4 times already, and the same thing had happened previously on the Warlock. Like it dropped multiple times without issue. But it is not dropping now. So we're ending up with a lot more cloth than I was anticipating, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a little annoying given how easy it seemed to be to appear. I think when I was on the island a few days ago, I didn't come into the keep area. I only killed the creatures outside it. And in the time it took me to gather enough creature kills to get 6 or 8 Rothide Ica for the quest I was doing, I'd seen the head drop multiple times. But I've cleared inside and outside, and then inside again, and still nothing. Yeah, the thorium safely around level 35. I would say probably not. I was trying to think where would you mine thorium with any possible safety. A true silver you can. Like, it's not super common spawns, but you can. So that's rich thorium in Searing Gorge. True silver in Stranglethorn Vale. Hinterlands is... Yeah, okay, so... So you see small thorium veins appearing in hinterlands, but that's level... these mobs are about level 45 or 47. So you're not going to get there easily. Ferrolas would be another option. But again, the creatures around these parts of the map are going to be 45-ish, so you'd be about 10 levels under. Desolus doesn't have any. Swamp of Sorrows, no, doesn't have any. Not even in the cave. Badlands doesn't have any. So there are some in Tanaris again, but you're still looking at level like 43 creatures that you'd be mining at. So if you're self-found, it's not really possible. If you're not self-found, you can obviously buy it on the auction house, but then I imagine you wouldn't be asking me. Yeah, I just don't think you can. Not at 35. Not with any hope of safety. Oh, sorry I missed you the other day. I saw in chat afterwards you said something right as I ended the stream, but I literally had to get up and walk out of the house immediately. Otherwise, I'd have said hello. Why do they do this? South Shore guards are really, really, really tough. You can't go near them at 34. Not as a warrior. Not as a warlock. Not as anything. I don't know, I think I've seen at least 5 deaths like that since yesterday evening to today. It's somehow people don't learn from what other people do. I think one of the things I've most enjoyed on the warrior is finally getting cleave. Two. It's just one extra target. But it's essentially 5 extra rage than heroic strike, but I mean it doesn't quite do as much damage as the heroic strike does. But it does double your standard attack and put it on another creature. Oh, it's 79 to 115. So yeah, about it adds about what it says it does, 32. Or instead of adding 32, you put the 90 odd damage and put it on 2 creatures. So I know what I'd prefer. Yes, it is. That is the staff from the Wailing Caverns quest. Because it does 20.3 damage per second. Um, it's really, really strong. And it adds some stamina, which is nice too. I did get Cruel Barb, which is a one-handed weapon, and that's nice for one-handed. But obviously it takes longer to kill things. And so I can use it with a shield, which is also nice and makes me survive longer. But yeah, the staff is huge, huge, huge damage. People say, "Oh, you want an axe for a warrior, or you want a mace or a sword, or a..." Well, really, you want the thing that does the highest damage at the time, and for quite a long time, it's this staff. There was another scroll I saw. Okay. Yeah, there are quite a lot of early staves that are quite literally the best weapon in the game for warriors for a long time. There's one from a level 15 quest that you can complete at level 10, and it doesn't require any combat. So that's pretty amazing. It's by far the best weapon that a warrior could get at level 10. That's a staff. I mean, if you look back at what I did previously, that's the weapon I went and got to use. I think I picked it up at level 11. Oh wow, okay, that's nice. A hardened tumor already. That is normally quite a bit of a farm to get that drop. So now we had to farm for the head quite a lot, so that makes up for it at least. So now we need Lake Skulker and Creeper Moss. Which should be much simpler to obtain. And It's not percentage based at all, the rules for Druid and Rogue stealth. So the distance that something can view you at is determined based upon the your level relative to the creature's level, much like aggro ranges are. So, for example, I'm level 25. If I walk near a level 25 creature, I'll get a moderate distance away from it, and then it will run towards me and attack. If I walked towards a level 50-something creature, I would be in its general vicinity, and it would run and attack me from a great long distance away. Whereas I'm 7 levels higher than this, it doesn't attack me until I'm essentially right on top of it. And the stealth works much the same. If you've got points in improving your stealth, then that increases that distance and pushes it further back again. But while you're in stealth, if you walk up to something, first of all, there's a tiny little bit of a range of and if you're moving slowly, that the creature will turn towards you and look and stop, but it won't attack or anything. And that's your sort of clue of it's kind of sensing you. Watch out. But if you do that to a really high level creature, you won't get that grace period. It will just see straight through you. I mean, it might be that the grace, the distance at which you're permitted a grace period is close to you, and the high level things see you at such a great distance away that you don't get, even though you might see it, they're so far away that you don't really see it happening. If that makes sense. There probably isn't. I would imagine. So there, at one point when Wrath of the Lich King was a current expansion, there was the ability for add-ons to draw things on the floor in the world. But they quickly realized that functionality trivialized raiding and boss fights, because people could see with colored sections in the fight exactly where to stand, exactly what to do, and it made everything too easy. So they removed that functionality. And in order to show visually aggro radius, you would need some sort of visual cue like that. I think probably the most accurate way you could do it without an add-on that literally put graphics on your screen would be to do it something similar to like this rangefinder add-on, where it would change color if you if you got too close, and it might give you a number for like at what distance you would be in danger of being detected. That's how I would go about solving that as a programmer, anyway. Yes. Yeah, druids are really good at that. I mean, rogues are too, but I mean, druids obviously have the ability to heal, whereas if things go wrong on that dungeon run, rogues have the ability to stealth and live. I think there was a clip just yesterday of someone talking about their own daft death trying to farm something in Razorfen Downs, and they were on their druid. They jumped down, aggroed the undead golem boss in there, plus another pack of 6 mobs, and they didn't die quickly. They survived a long time, but there was no way they could kill it all, and they had been like lazy in where they jumped down, but they'd stealth through so much that when they attacked the one thing by mistake, then that was it. They were done. They didn't have an out. So although druids can heal, rogues do have that safety net still. It's a call that you have to make. You know, which do you prefer? It's also nice, I think, for having the ability to go into either dungeons or just like high-level cave areas and things, and walk through most of the cave, kill like one creature, and be able to mine or herb like high-value materials that you would otherwise need to spend a long time getting to. They can't. No. Only rogues have vanish, and that removes them from combat. But druids don't have any ability to instantly just disappear. They can stealth, but once that stealth is broken, that's it. They have to either run away from what they're facing, or they have to kill it. And if they can't kill it, then that's it. You know, they'd be dead. So you have to be able to make that call. Now, obviously, there are things that rogues can do that druids can't, and things that druids can do that rogues can't, you know? So as long as you're confident in your ability as a druid and not messing up and getting into a situation where you're going to be done for, then it's fine. But there always comes that risk if you're trying to skip content, you know? You need to be paying attention. Yeah, I mean, you could use you could use alchemy on a rogue, you can use engineering on a rogue. You could just buy the healing potions and you know, like do both. Oh dear. Um, but yeah, ultimately I think both rogue and druid have their own merits for soloing different content, and you just kind of have to decide which one fits better for the things you want to solo. In almost any situation, yes. There are things that can pop you out of stealth after you've vanished. So area effect damage will pull you out. Poisons or bleeds ticking on you will pull you out. If you're playing Alliance, then playing as a dwarf would allow you to have stone form used before you vanished to take away any bleeds or poisons, which is really helpful. What else pops you out of vanish? Sometimes a really horribly timed attack from an enemy creature, like it will land like a fraction of a second after your vanish has gone off, and that will break your stealth, which is really irritating, but it's just server mechanics. It doesn't happen very often. Like it's more likely to happen if you're being attacked by, I don't know, 6, 7 different things, then you know, there's just that chance. Again, it's more likely to happen if you're fighting lots of things that have got really fast attacks. Just because they're attacking more often, and they're therefore more likely to be attacking you when you hit the vanish key. That's one reason why it's a really good idea to create a tiny bit of distance from yourself to what you're vanishing from before you press the vanish key. And like if you're watching gameplay, it's sort of something that you can look for, sort of to determine like whether someone's a true rogue player or not, or if they're just sort of panicking. But there's a whole lot of knowledge. And now while WoW is a game that you can pick up and play, like there are so many like little details to know and to learn that I think that's one of the things which makes it really interesting and fun. Yeah. Ooh, where is that? Is that in the room? Yeah, it's incredibly difficult to learn all of the tiny details. I mean, some things you don't even like know to ask the question. You know? Ah, dear. Yeah. I mean, it like if you don't know of a thing and you don't know to ask the question, you know, how do you get to the point where you can realize that you know that you need to ask something? You know? Yeah. Yeah. You do. I hate this building. It's really, really awkward. So there is a rare mob somewhere around here. I'm hoping it's not in this room, but I think it might be. This spell scribe. And it is incredibly dangerous. I got a random guildie here. Yeah. Yeah. So it can put you, I think it's in a 15 or 20-second ice block. Yeah, when I say it's dangerous, I mean it is dangerous. Looks like it's not in the room. Yeah. There's another one at the lake in Ashen Vale, which also does this insane ice block freeze mechanic. The damage is quite absurd, and it literally just kills people. No question. You saw a video of a rogue trying to solo SM. You didn't wait for the cooldown before. Yeah, yeah. You have to be careful. You have to wait for cooldowns. That's it. Like you have to. Oh, they left. Um, so we can kind of determine where it is a little bit, maybe. Yeah, so it seems to be probably in that house or behind that house. If I was on a warlock or a hunter, perhaps I might try and kill it, but not on a warrior, probably. Like if it ice blocks you, what are you gonna do? You know, it's going to be hitting you with stuff, and you can't move for 20 seconds while you take 50 damage per second. Maybe it's only 15. I don't know. It's a really, really long time. Like when you've only got just over 1,000 health, when you consider losing 750 to 1,000 of that just sitting in an ice block unable to move, yeah. No thanks. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people would see a rare mob there and go, "Oh, a rare, great! It'll drop something nice. Let's go kill it." No, and then complain bitterly when it just stops them from doing anything while they die and lose the character. But I mean, as you say, like it's a knowledge gap. You know, either you know it or you don't. Yeah, there's one other mob that is also a rare spawn. Do you know the elemental lake in Ashenvale with all the water elementals? There's a quest mob there called Tidorus as well. And there's a rare spawn elemental, I think it's called Ekalom. And it does the same freezing ice block thing. And obviously surprises a lot of people, especially because if you're fighting the elementals there and you're trying to run, they also nova so that you get stuck in place and can't run. So it's even more of a death sentence, really. But again, if you don't know it exists and you see a rare spawn, you think, ooh, might drop a green. That could be good. Might. Yeah. Oh, okay. That slope is not nice. Ah, vendor, sweet vendor. Let us empty our bags.
What is it?
not seek death.
Feels so much better.
This had better be good. Our time will come. I'm listening. Farewell.
Okay. So that's in Undercity. It's in Undercity. That's in Undercity. That's here, but we definitely need a group for it. And Thunderbluff. So we'll fly to Undercity. We'll hand in these couple of quests,
And you
and once we've handed them in, we'll hearth to the crossroads, and then fly to Thunderbluff, which will allow us then to return to Stone Talon Mountains. We might want to consider doing some of Ashen Vale first as well. Maybe. We'll see. We also want to sort out this bag of mining. Yes, pretty much. I mean, you can look back and sort of see the map and what was left on it. So in all the zones, I think bar 2, we did every single quest while we were leveling 1 to 60. So in Desolus there's like 2 factions of Centaur, and when you sort of side with one faction, you sort of lock yourself out of the quests for the other faction. The idea was to at some point go back and do the quests for the other faction just for the sake of completeness, but it's a very long grind, and I thought it probably really wasn't that relevant a grind to do like at appropriate level, because it would have ultimately taken up
what do you require?
a ridiculous amount of playtime on the stream, and probably wasn't worth doing. So that was one one set of quests that we missed, but we did do the quests for the other faction, which was the harder set of quests to do as self-found anyway, because it needed an advanced target dummy hand in to complete one of the quest lines, and we couldn't do that unless we'd gone engineering and then switched professions. So there's that. And the other quest that we didn't do was in Blasted Lands, which was an elite quest at the back of a cave. And we didn't do that one because it requires a group of 5, I think, and there just wasn't anyone who was interested in doing it. And also in the Blasted Lands, there's a rare item drop that, if it drops, you can use it to to hand in and complete a repeatable quest.
What is it?
But in the whole time that we were there
Victory for
farming for all of the other quests, we got an imperfect version drop, but we didn't get a perfect version drop. So we weren't able to complete that one. But in all other areas 1 to 60, we did do all of the quests, which was nice. So you can swap faction by setting the group of centaur that you've made friends with to being hostile, and then killing as many of them as possible. And every kill will lower your reputation by 100 with that faction and increase your reputation by 20 with the other. So if you consider that you've already sided with one faction and you've already done that, losing 5 times as much to gain 20 one way, to undo it, it requires 5 times as much work to get to the point where you can accept quests from the faction that you were originally hostile with. So it does require quite a bit of effort, and running around in circles, killing the centaur there.
Embrace the shadow.
Which is not the most fun content, really. But it is doable, which makes it interesting. I think there possibly was at some point in the game, but I think if it was something that was functional, it got removed. There was another faction of Centaur in Moradin, Moradon, and I think at some point killing those Centaur gave you +5 reputation with both of the other Centaur factions. At least that's what posts online say. I don't know how accurate that information is, but there are several posts online which indicate that may have been a thing. But it's not a thing anymore, so it doesn't really matter. I think these days it's pick one or the other, and that's it.
I'm listening. Beware the living. Victory for Sylvanas.
Right, so we're now going to attempt to find out. We may as well create these last 2 grinding stones. Did we get a skill point? No. We're going to check blacksmithing. We need to get blacksmithing in total up to 180 skill to make the stuff that we want. I was originally not going to do this way, but I thought, well, we may as well have the quest hand-in items for Badlands and for Desolus. Badlands and Desolus? No, Dustwallow Marsh. Badlands and Dustwallow Marsh. It's just nice to be able to do those. At least one of the quests anyway. The other one's not so. What am I doing? We want the coarse grinding stones. But we'll swap to doing alchemy because I want to get the I think it's the nifty stock which you need alchemy for, or it might be something else. Not very long actually. If instead of leveling my character, I put more focus into just leveling the professions, it would be quite easy to run around Duratar or Tirisfal Glades mining copper and mining tin in barrens. And you'd be able to get plenty of resources. You could do so relatively quickly. You know, as long as you wait till you're a little bit higher in level, so that you can avoid some of the creatures or kill them easily. We didn't get lucky on the grinding stones there, but we want to keep these for crafting items. So in order to get to 91 skill, the only things that we have made at all, actually, while we're doing that and talking about that, let's get the smelting going, because that's going to take a while. Right, so as I was saying, the only thing that we've made so far as blacksmithing is concerned have been using rough stone and coarse stone to make either sharpening stones or grinding stones. That's it, and that's got us to 90 skill just from that. So there's been absolutely no call to use any copper at all. No tin, nothing, no metal. That's why we've accumulated quite so much of it. The coarse stone doesn't drop quite so readily as the rough stone does, which is why I was trying to use the rough stone as much as possible first. Once this smelting's done, we'll be able to look at you want minor speed boots enchant, but yeah, getting to 200 blacksmithing is not difficult. Getting the materials that you need to craft some of the higher level specific things is more complicated. So we're going to do a little bit of crafting here anyway. Yeah, so we've done rough sharpening stones, rough grinding stones, coarse sharpening stones, coarse grinding stones, and now we're at was it 91 skill? Was it? Yeah, I think it was 91 skill. So we're going to have a look at just how much ore it then takes So I think initially it can take quite a lot. I'd wish we'd found some silver while we were out mining, but we didn't. $260 to $275. We think. You can probably do it with mithril to a degree. But that might only get you to 265 or 270. What about heavy mithril boots? Let me have a look. Right, so heavy mithril boots caps out at 265. You can make the ornate mithril breastplate up to 270. Ooh, but that requires true silver bars, not the best. Dazzling mithril rapier, if you don't mind using gemstones and stuff. That caps out at 277. Ornate mithril helm caps out at 275. Yeah, I think that's your best. Those are your best options. Yeah, it shows you the value at which it goes. It turns from yellow to green or green to grey. But it sounds like the dazzling rapier might be the best option if it goes green at 277. Oh, in any case, we've got our bags somewhat more sorted now. let's have a look at these, what we can learn and what we do know. So the ruined copper belt, I think, is what we're meant to craft. Let's talk to this expert blacksmith. Skill 90. Right, so I think we need to make, because we don't have any silver, which would have been lovely, but we don't have any. That's the thing, we need to get to, what is it, 110? I think it's 110. So we'll probably need at least 20 of these. Which is, as you can see, a lot of copper. It says it's 10 per belt.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Okay,
What is it?
and then we get to sell all of these copper belts because they're trash. So that that was 200 copper just gone.
Embrace the shadow. What is it?
And then we want to learn. We don't need those shoulders, do we? What was it? Was it the leggings? Was it the braces? Rough bronze leggings is cheapest material wise. do want some patterned bronze braces. West. That's at 120. Awesome. Right, so let's make 9 of these. But we might be able... Let's finish our smelting first, actually. We've done all our tin. We've got... Okay, that's fine. I'll create all the bronze because we've expended the use of copper at this point. Yeah, we're past copper. So whatever copper's left, we'll use it along with the existing... we'll make more of the belts. I think we can get a good few skill points out of it still. 2, 4, 7 skill points or so. Which will be alright. And that will save us some of the bronze anyway. I'll be interested to see just how far through this leaves us. So we're almost at the point where once we can start mining iron, we'll be getting heavy stone. But it really depends if we want to try and push past iron using bronze so that we can abandon the profession more, or if we want to spend more time mining first in order to try and get the heavy stone. It was, as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of bronze that we can craft with. Almost 200 almost. I think the bronze recipes on the whole use less metal than the copper ones do. Okay, that's all our smelting completely finished. We'll make some more of these belts because I do think we can get some more skill from it. And by skill, I mean like reliable skill. There we go. So that was 7 for 7 as far as skill gain was concerned.
Be quick about your business.
Now, we can craft these bronze leggings, which is just 6
Trust no one.
bars each. Okay, and we want to learn pattern bronze braces. You learn those yet? Yeah. Then so we've got these heavy grinding and sharpening stones, but I think we can push through that to a degree. Yeah, the grinding stones only actually have relevance until 100 skill 137 roughly. I wish we had found some of this, some silver. That would have been amazing. Okay. So the racers that we just trained, we could make 10 of them,
Victory for Sylvanas.
which would require that. So we can do another 9 of these before we impact on the braces. And these haven't gone, we'll just keep making them because they're still orange, and the grinding stones are more valuable than the metal is. So we should be able to get to 150 on a 1-for-1 skill basis still with these leggings. Okay. Excellent. That was exactly what we needed to get to 150. And these are the most optimal things to craft from this point, aside from the braces. But I think we need to go to Orgrimmar. Now, I would try and sell these if I was not self-found, but we're just going to vendor them all. Are they better than ours? 141, 149, stamina spirit, strength, agility, stamina. We've got more stamina on though. I think I prefer the stamina and the increased armor slightly. Right, well there we have it. We'll need to head to Orgrimmar to train. So what I'll do, because I need to end stream now, we'll Hearthstone to the crossroads so that we can head to Orgrimmar really swiftly later. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you join us again for more of our warrior journey. I'm glad I've been able to be of help to you guys, and I will hopefully see you next time.